boys and girls, Mrs. Lattice here. I'm going to work with you on some new sight words for the week. I have 2 new words that we're going to work on that are on our red list, and we are going to do an activity at the end with our words. So what you need is a piece of paper and a pencil and your popcorn words. So if you don't have that right now, you can go ahead and pause me and go and grab those things right now. But we'll go ahead and get started on our activity for today. So our learning goals today, I can read and write my sight words. So today we're going to work with learning our 2 new sight words that are on our red list, and then we're going to write them as we learn them. And then our second goal, I can write a strong sentence. So we are going to use, at the very end, we're going to use our 2 new sight words in a strong sentence. So let's get right into our words for today. So how to learn a word. Mrs. Freshie, a few weeks ago, last week, went over how to learn a word and introduced our 3 new words that we had last week. Well, today, I'm not going to go too deep into how to learn a word. We're just going to introduce it very quickly. I am going to talk about all the different ways that we learn a new word, but we're going to focus more on the bottom step where we're going to use it more in this lesson. So if you want, when we're finished with this lesson, you can go back and watch Mrs. Freshie's lesson from day 1 last week on how to learn a word, because I'm going to kind of just go through this really quickly so we can get to our main focus for today, which is using it. So one of our words this week, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read it. So I want you to just think about this word here for just a minute. Keep it in your brain. Think it. Hold it. Now let's say it. My word is get. Let's say it together. Get. Good job. Now we're going to study it. So I am going to study it. I'm going to look at how many letters I have that fall. 1. Good job. My G falls. I'm going to look at how many tall letters I have. Awesome. Good. I have my tall T. That's tall. And then I have 1 short letter. I'm going to look at my consonants that I've underlined in blue. Good job. My G and my T. Those are my consonants. And then my 1 vowel, which is my letter E. And then we're going to spell it. So we're just going to spell it together. Here we go. G-E-T. And then let's say it. Get. And then we're going to write it. Let's write it in the air. We're going to write it together. Here we go. G-E-T. Get. Now when I write it with my special magic marker that I write in the air. I know that last week Mrs. Freshie cheered it. You can cheer it if you want to when you go back and practice. But we're just going to practice with our special magic marker. And then write it. Oh, we already did write it. So then use it. We'll come to use it here in just a minute. We're going to use it in a strong sentence here in just a few minutes. So that is our first word, our popcorn word, get, from our red list. And then our second word, let's go ahead and read it together. Here we go. Think it. Hold it. Let's say it. Come. Good job. Let's say it one more time. Let's read it. Come. Now, we're going to study it. Let's look to see, do I have any letters that fall? No. Do I have any letters that are tall, that go all the way up super high to that top line? No. Do I have letters that are small? Yeah, good job. Let's count how many small letters we have in the word come. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 small letters. Good job. And I have my letters underlined in blue that are my consonants. Go ahead and tell me, what are the consonants? Good job. I have C and I have an M. Wow, you guys are super smart. Awesome. Excellent job, guys. Now, I have how many vowels in my word come? Good job. I've got 2. O and E. Amazing. So now that we've studied it, we're going to spell it. So get out your special magic markers. We're going to write it in the air. Here we go. C-O-M-E, come. Awesome. Good job, boys and girls. Now, we are going to use it. So when we use it, we're going to use it in a sentence here in just a minute. So I have on the back of my paper here I have my line paper, and I'm going to put my 2 red list words just to the side, my get and my come, and we're going to focus on writing these in a strong sentence. So this is where I'm going to get out my paper and my pencil, and we're going to write a sentence together. And then at the end of this video, you're going to go back and you are going to use your popcorn words on your ring. You're going to write them in strong sentences. But we're going to work on using our 2 words on our red list for this week. We're going to write them in a strong sentence together. So you're going to write them with me. The first sentence that we're going to write is with our word. Let's go ahead and read it together. Our word get. Get. So my sentence that I'm going to write, the dog can get a bone. We're going to write it together. So I'm going to get out my marker. You're writing with your pencil. And I'm going to think about a strong sentence. When I write that word, that's my first word. What does my letter have to be? When I start my sentence, do I need to start with uppercase or lowercase letter? Awesome, good job. I start with my uppercase letter, my uppercase T. Now, the is a popcorn word that I have to spell correctly. So, the, T-H-E. And then what do I put in between the and dog? Good job, a finger space so that my words don't get squished together. So I have my finger space and I have D, G, dog. Good job. I'm stretching that word out, listening to all those sounds. Can. That's a popcorn word, so I absolutely have to spell this word correctly. So I have my, good job, finger space, reminding me of my finger space. I have C, A, N, and then finger space. Good job reminding me. Finger space. And then I have get. This is my popcorn word. I have to spell it correctly. So G, E, T. Good job reminding me of that finger space. A. Good job, finger space. And then bone. B-O-N. What's that first sound that we hear? Good job, a B. And I write my B. I make my bed. Looks like my B, make my bed. My bed goes out that way. Now, when I have that word bone, I hear my long O. B-O-N. And I know from Miss Boatwright's Sneaky Silent E lesson that when I have that long vowel sound, that O, what do I have at the end of my word that makes that O long? Awesome, you're absolutely right. I have that sneaky silent E, so I have to make sure. Bo-O-N. And then my E at the end there. Awesome, good job remembering that silent E at the end of that word, bone. So now I know that as a writer that's writing my popcorn word in a strong sentence, I need to put what at the end of my sentence? The dog can get a bone. What do I need to put? Amazing. My period, because that tells me that I'm finished with my sentence. I'm not asking a question, and I do not have strong feeling, so I'm just going to put a period there right at the end behind my word bone. Awesome. Now my next sentence, I'm going to work with my next popcorn word. Let me get it out right here. Put him up here. I'll come back to that sentence here in a second so we can see it. And my next word that we're going to write my sentence in is my word. Let's read it together. Ready? Good job. Come. Here, let me set that right down here so I'm not covering that up. It looks too much, and I can move them here in just a minute. My word, come. So my sentence I'm thinking of with this word come is, I will come play. So that's 4 words. I will come play. That I have it right here in my brain. And I'm going to start off with that word I. Now, I know that it is the first word in my sentence, so I have to make sure that my I is what? Awesome, it's uppercase. I have to use my uppercase I. Whoops, there goes my comb. I'll grab it in a second. I have to use my uppercase I. So I, what do I need to put between I and my word will? Awesome, a finger space right here. So I have my word will. It's a popcorn word, so I have to spell it correctly. How do I spell the word will? Awesome. W I L come. Let me grab it off my floor here. It's a popcorn word, and it's my new popcorn word, so I have to spell it correctly. The word come. Stick him up here. There we go. Good job. C-O-M-E. Making sure I have my finger space. C-O-M-E. Perfect. And then finger space, and then after come, I have to put what? What's my last word? Awesome, you're right, that was the word, it's the word play. So finger space, and then P, whoopsies, they'll come off. L-A-Y. Excellent job, boys and girls. And then what do I need to put at the end of my sentence that all strong writers have? Good job. I can put a period at the end of my sentence that shows that my sentence is finished. Now, I know that as a strong writer, when I am writing my sentences, I have to make sure that I am starting with an uppercase letter at the beginning of my sentence, and the rest of my letters are lowercase. I have a finger space between each of my words. I have to absolutely stretch or write my sight words, and then I come back to those words like dog and get our bone, and I stretch out those sounds that I hear. Like that word bone, remember listening to that sneaky silent E. Awesome job. So I have to make sure that my popcorn words are spelled correctly, and I make sure that I have my finger space between my words don't get all clumped together, and I put punctuation at the end, like my periods here. So what I'd like for you to do right now is I'd like for you to use your popcorn ring, and I want you to go through and I want you to write some strong sentences on your piece of paper using some of your popcorn words. So it can be maybe some tricky popcorn words as you're practicing your words, maybe some of those tricky words that you can write a strong sentence for today. And then as an extra challenge, if you want to, you can draw a picture to go with it to illustrate. All right. Bye, boys and girls. See you next time.